Thanks for tuning back in. To my longtime subscribers, let me know what you think about the new setup. Does this look good? I don't know. I haven't done anything with my top shelf yet here, and normally the top shelf isn't visible. So, you know, I feel like I'm using my arms too much now that I'm standing, but I am half Italian, so I guess we use our hands a lot. So today I wanted to talk about how I get cards, what I consider to be cheaply on eBay. And maybe you don't, that's fine. You can let me know in comments that I overpay or don't get them cheaply, whatever. I also want to hear your tips on buying cards cheaply, whether it's on eBay or anywhere that you get them from. I get them from a lot of different places, but mostly eBay. So I'm going to go through 3 examples of cards that I've bought in the last month or so and gotten them what I think to be cheaply. Let me see. Is this too better? Rocking a little bit there. Okay, I got a new arm for my phone, so testing this out. So first of all, one of these cards, I can't find it. It's hiding somewhere, waiting to go off to PSA, but that's okay. The first one I want to talk about is this, which I haven't even shown yet. It just came in the mail yesterday, I think. Dwight Evans rookie autographed. Now, 2 of these cards are autographed. One is graded, one is not, and then one is a raw card that will never get autographed for reasons that will be obvious when I show it to you. This one is a tough one. 1973 Topps, Dwight Evans, and he's in 3. I really got into the PSA registry, and the Red Sox all-time rookies or something like that autographed is one that I'm very interested in, as well as the Red Sox 2004 rookies autographed. I have a ton of those cards, both of them. Just need to get them authenticated. Well, actually, I need to get them dual graded at PSA, which brings a challenge with my trying to purchase these on eBay. So when looking for this, and can you hear it? Probably not. It's a little loose in the holder, which bothers me. So first of all, the card raw goes for like 20, maybe 25 bucks on eBay. So when considering that I want to have it autographed, I don't care about having it raw, ungraded, let's say. I need to consider at let's say $25. I need to then add another $40 or more for the autograph. At his last signing in March, he charged $38, but you got to pay shipping both ways. So let's just say 40 bucks for his autograph. So now you're up to $65 or so. And then I've got to get it dual graded, which let's say is $30 if I go through either bulk or a group submitter, plus shipping and all that stuff. So let's say 30 bucks. So you're talking about right around $100 for the card. I don't want to pay $100 for a card. Pretty rarely do I want to pay $100 for a card. So I either have to buy the card raw, get it signed. Don't want to do that because that comes out to too much money in this case. Or I can buy the card already signed, and this is easier to do. This is not, you don't find a lot of Dwight Evans rookies signed. So the only examples I have on eBay history, $48 signed in black, ungraded, unauthenticated. I don't like black ink, so I prefer blue when I can get it blue. Or all 3 of these guys signed the card, but those run more than $300. I would love to have all 3 of them signed, but that's $300 ungraded. So that's not of interest to me. So I'm looking for one that's already PSA slabbed, and there weren't any out there. It's pretty rare. There really aren't any in the history. I think eBay history goes back like 90 days when you sort or when you filter by sold items. So what I do in this case is I'm patient. I go in, I do my search for what I'm looking for, and then I click on save this search. And every day or week, when I get those emails, I set it to email me and alert me on eBay. When I get those, I go in and look at them. Are they what I'm looking for? And I'm picky. And if they are, then I join in on the auction, or I might send a message to the seller asking them how much wiggle room do they have, if they have any, if there's no best offer available. So I don't rush into buying. As a collector, I don't want to pay top dollar. I want to pay as little as the seller is willing to sell it for in a buy it now situation. But also, we should not be doing buy it now on common cards right now. And what I mean by common are cards where they're out there a lot. As the market comes down or settles, as it is right now, either one, whatever you think it is, buy it now are a bad proposition. People have set those prices above what comps are selling for. They may have set those prices a year ago when the market was even higher, and they expect to get that much, if not only a little bit lower. And so the best way to go right now is through auctions. And so I sat and I very patiently, for months, waited for a Dwight Gooden rookie card autographed in a PSA slab to come up at auction. And one finally did. And so what I did was I went into Gixen, Gixen, and I set my snipe price. Gixen is a great, and I'm not being paid by Gixen to do this. It's a great snipe tool where you can enter in at any point during the auction the most you want to pay for a card, and it will then put that bid in for you with 5 seconds left. Now, other people are doing this too, but it also keeps other people off of being aware that there are more people in the auction. So people might put a lower preliminary bid in if they think they're one of one person bidding or two or three, but then you come in and sneak away at the end and grab that with your higher bid. So I went in and I set my bid with 5 days left of $120 some odd on Gixen, and the bidding the night that it ended was in the 30s, and I was thinking there's no way I'm going to win this. It's $121 is my max. I felt it should be going for $150 or more. Is that crazy? I don't know. There's no recent comps, so it's really difficult to tell. But I set my bid for $121 and I went to sleep. And I woke up the next morning and I was shocked to find that I had won it for $56. $56. Already slabbed, already autographed, dual graded, $56. That's a bargain. Could I have gotten this 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and have had it already in my collection? Yeah, but I probably would have paid $150 for it, ignoring the fact that the market is down. Let's just pretend that 3 months ago the market is the same as it is now. It certainly hasn't changed much. But just if I had rushed into it, I would have paid more for it. So patience, patience, patience is key. Next up is this one. I've already shown this, Atom Bomb. This is 1985, card 8A, Atom Bomb, iconic card. I've been looking at them for a while, and then I went to the Shriner show in Massachusetts last month, and I looked for it. I wanted to buy one, and I found one guy who had two of them, and they were in mediocre shape. I thought like PSA 4, PSA 5 shape, and yes, I will be getting this graded at PSA. It's going to be a card that I put up right behind me. It's an iconic card. It's got to be there. It's nostalgia. So the guy was selling them for $300. I think one was $300, one was $350, and I said, that's too much for me. And he said, how low are you willing to go? Or what would you be willing to pay? And I said, I don't even want to insult you. I would pay like $100 for these. This is, and that feels too high. And he scoffed at me. And so, it's not even fun trying to negotiate when people are clearly too high. So I did a lot of research and I paid attention. I saved the search in eBay. And I paid attention to condition. This one is very condition sensitive. It's 1985. Kids played with these, so the stickers came loose. People wrote on the backs of them, like here. This one is awarded to, and people would write their name on it. There's also a checklist version, and people would check off the cards that they had in the set. So you got to really pay attention to condition. And again, buying it now is a bad idea. I'm going to say this for all three of these cards. Sort by sold. You can find like $50 for poor condition. You can find a PSA 6 goes for $200. Off-center dinged corners, $80 to $90. PSA 9 goes for $1,000, more than $1,000. The PSA, I wanted one that was like in PSA 7-ish range raw, because I don't want to pay $300 or $400 in a PSA 7. So again, I saved the search just for auctions and non-graded. And to make sure that your auction doesn't have anything with a grading company, you can add at the end of it the minus symbol and then add in the grading companies, PSA, and then minus SGC, minus BGS, and it will exclude listings that have those in the titles or the descriptions. So I waited and waited and waited, and I would get the alert pretty much every day of a new one that came in that was listed on eBay, and I would look at them and I would say, nope, that's not good enough. And then finally, one day, one came up on auction with a low starting price, like $1 or $10, I don't know. And I went to Gixxon, and I put in my high bid. I don't remember what my high bid was, $130, $140 probably. And again, I woke up the next day and found I had won it at $127. Now, that is a lot to pay for a card, but in this condition, I think this is PSA 7 condition. This is a $300, $400 card. Even a 6 is worth a couple hundred. So, you know, it's all I need to do is send it off to get graded. This goes in my personal collection, and I've got a huge steal of a card that has PSA 8 upside, and PSA 8s are $500 plus. So next up is an Edgar Martinez 1988 Fleer rookie card. Now, I want this card autographed because I am a Hall of Fame autograph collector of rookies, rookie Hall of Famers. And of course, Edgar Martinez is a Hall of Famer, and 88 Fleer is the desired Edgar Martinez rookie card. Edgar also was one of my, well, he was a nemesis of mine. As a kid, as a Red Sox fan, it felt like he hit 700 against the Red Sox with 1,000,000 home runs when I was a kid. I hated him so much. So I really wanted this card. You can get it raw for about $1. It's 88 Fleer. It's very common. Or you can buy it raw. You can pay for the autograph. And Edgar Martinez does his autograph for $60 at private signings. And then you have to pay to get it dual graded at PSA. So you're well over $100 at that point if you buy it raw to get it graded, to get it autographed, or vice versa. Now, the PSA 1010s, where it's graded, the card is graded at 10 and the autograph is graded at 10, go for $300. Those ones have sold recently for $300. The 910s, where the card is a 9 and the autograph is a 10, go for $100 roughly, already graded. I didn't want to do that. I don't really care to have it a 910. It would be nice, but I also couldn't find any that were already graded at that level. These are just ones that have sold recently. So I went in and I appraised a raw card, a nice raw card that already has an autograph at about $50, because I think it's a 9-10 type of situation, and then you spend another $30 to get it appraised. So I put in my max bid. I got it for $21. And I waited. The patience is key, because you can get these cards for much more, but you have to set a max. And that is the key with Gixxon, is setting a maximum price and sticking to it. I think what happens a lot of the time is we get caught up in, this card has to be mine and I'm gonna win it. And it's unhealthy for the bottom line. It's unhealthy for our personal collection, unless it's a really rare card. Now, Edgar Martinez 1988 Fleer is not. His autographs are also easy to come by. The Dwight Evans is a little bit easier to come by, a little bit more difficult, but still not impossible. So be patient. I will wait weeks or months for the right card and the right deal to come up. And that's how I get really cheap, in my opinion, cards on eBay. I want to hear what you think. What do you do? Put your tips in the comments. I will pin the best ones as they come in. And of course, you can only pin one comment on YouTube. So whatever I think is the best one after 24 hours or so will stick there. All right. Thanks very much, guys. I have a lot more this week. I hope you have a great week.